is kind of where I sit right now. Is as long as it's not something that's going to mess with team chemistry, 1.5 hours later, and then we have to wait to start on the East Coast. I will do a game board for these two games, and then I will have a game board for this one video tonight. So, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific start between the Ottawa Senators and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Ottawa's 4-6 to start the season. Toronto is 6-4-2, and neither team is happy with their start to the season. This is the first of 4 meetings. They'll meet again December 7th, December 27th, and February the 10th. So the battle runs. Ottawa scoring 3.8 goals per game, allowing 3.5 goals per game. Toronto is scoring and allowing 3.42 goals per game. So the numbers are close between these two teams, and I don't think it's going to be a blowout one way or the other. We will see. 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific start between Florida and Washington. So this is the first of 3 meetings between the Capitals and the Panthers. We'll meet again February 8th as well as February the 24th. For Florida, they're 6-4-1 to start the season. Washington 5-4-1. For Florida, 14% on the power play, 71% on the penalty kill. On the Washington front, they're 10% on the power play. Again, which is the games on the power play is shocking. Their penalty kill clicking at 79%. Florida scoring 2.82 goals per game. They're allowing 2.91 goals per game, whereas Washington scoring 1.9 goals per game and allowing even 3 goals against per game. So Vegas, it took them solo shootout to beat LA. They won that one 4-3. The third and final meeting between these two teams will be December the 28th. So for the LA Kings, they're 7-2-2 to start the year. For the Vegas Golden Knights, they're 11-1-1 to start the season. LA's power play 18%, their penalty kill 85%. On the Vegas side, their power play still clicking at 23%, their penalty kill 87%. LA scoring 4.27 goals per game, they're allowing 2.82 goals per game. Vegas is scoring 3.77 goals per game, they're allowing 2.15 goals against per game. So, in the comment section below, you guys can let me know if you believe you can win this game. Hope you guys get like and subscribe if you're browsing anything you happen upon this video, and let me know your thoughts on the news of the day stuff, including our news completely fine with both of the teams playing until last night. Maybe there's been a suspension. Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons, because I feel like you get hurt when you don't. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again.
I want to thank you for not betting with Play Now. Because when you place a bet with me, I make money. Oh my god, this might be the most realistic draft lottery that EA could ever conjure. Chicago gets to stay in their place at 2, and the pick they acquired from Tampa gets to move up from 7 to 1. Yeah. This would happen. Let's reward that franchise some more. And clearly suffered enough. Yeah. Holy crap. Anyway, welcome back to our NHL 24 franchise mode as the Edmonton Oilers. If you're enjoying this series, of course, hit that like button. We got our first draft coming up in this video. The first crop of member prospects will be getting assigned to their team. I'm going to get my note play, as you expect. And on to the box. Also retires. Bakersfield, right? Yeah, Bakersfield. So we did have a AHL coach retirement, nothing for the NHL. Jack Johnson and Brent Seaver become scouts, and also become coaches. Let's go redraft interviews here. I wonder if they're going to take 2 weapons with the guy. Maybe. Alright, well, yeah, there's no point really going to go up here. Our pick is going to be very, very, very late. Cool thing about that is we might be able to get our hands on one of these guys here. Dustin Buckland, Con Air, Nick Cageman, for Jonathan Coggins. So, I legitimately don't remember the play calendar because I just write it down. I have Mr. Snipe and Score, roster maker extraordinaire, to my member roster for me. I feel like conversation. Great guy, seriously. Follow his channel, by the way, at Snipe and Score. I'll properly link it in the comments. I should have done the first video. How bad am I? Anyway, support him, but yeah. Let's see, Saturday, Wednesday, /drive is probably. That's probably good. The game on Wednesdays. Another center? You really need that? Defensively, right? He was kind of good. Great sure. Well, let me do that. Let's see what else is down here. Go to top floor right here. And of course, an elite goalie in there, but I think I like Stuart Skinner. There's a lot of top sixes that go quite deep. There's also this guy, offensive creativity playmaker, looking like the winner playmaker to me. 2-year ETA.
This winter, get the advantage at Big O Tires. Right now, get big advantage rebates at Big O on top brand name winter tires. Like the winner TA KSI from BF Goodrich. Big O and BF Goodrich give you the advantage. Plus, take advantage of a chance to win an all-inclusive vacation for two to Cancun, Mexico. Get details and win. Visit www.gobigo.ca. Give the advantage this winter in Big O Tires. On rail, ride on Big O Tires.
Everything for this guy. And see if he's another low lead right here. It seems like they got pushed back. It's going to be a bit deeper. There's, I think, a total of 11 prospects this first year, and then 10 in the second and third for added prospects. Yay. 3 years. Okay, that's still kind of standard. Two-way. Not as interesting. Still decent. Alright, carefree. Not very. I don't know what the personality just means, dude. I always feel like I'm trying to get guys who like who win, and then my team's always fucking good. Like, oh good, we're doing the thing where we're gonna set all the way to the top part. Awesome. Love to see it. We may have to move up a little bit. Oops, where am I going? Oh, we're gonna do stuff. Like we'll probably have to move up a little bit to get to one of these. Right hand center is bad. Center what? I need to figure this out. And again, I'm always going to do scouting on member prospects, even though I know generally what their potential will be and things like that. It is obviously not fair, but I can go. Okay, so he's a two-way. He is not as interesting, but other center. I do like centers. Way, I mean, it can work. You can see where it works. It works. Don't know if that's the right way to go. But we need kind of everything prospect-wise, forward, defense, everything. So indeed, it's two-way. How do they go that factors? Don't know because we don't have enough scouted. Okay. Less ETA. And I do have to pay attention to ETA because we are trying to win. Obviously. So the center, I'm honestly tough to get because of the fucking. Forget McDavid and McDavid. On air. Oh crap.
Yeah, that's a fair contract.
He's more defensive. With the low franchise potential, they go all over the shop when you can start running towards later. I don't think we've ever seen a pure bust as a low franchise, but it can happen at low. I don't know, I got one more interview. I'm trying to figure out what to use it on. I don't think there's really a universe we could give up for. Not that much.
I'm going to be Bill Stafford now. I'm going to see how well he pays this year. On the top line, I know he's paying top line. Dubois will pay second line.
One or two good TA. Oh, and there we have to start. Yeah, moving out for one of these fixes is gonna be tough.
I'm signing these two guys now, though, for sure.
If I was somehow able to
Get their contracts out of the way, so I don't have to worry about them.
high top six with one or two guys. I only have one more. One more interview left in it. I might use it here to figure out the player site unless I'm really, really committed to the meme. Which I might be. I honestly might be committed to the meme. It's so funny. Then again, dudes won't be around forever. And could play wing. I was typing here, guessing, OffSeason, just by the way to But that's a lot more skill. How many of you actually know? Wait, hold on. There's a rest of the world guy. Oh, he's painting! Listen, hold on. How many are? At least the last interview with Matty Wall. Let us see here. There, I was going to play this. These picks are more attainable if we're able to make trades. Playmaker. The hell he say about personality? Professional. Consummate professional. I get along with everyone. Okay, so looking like top six. Alright, well that's our interviews taken care of. We'll see what we're able to do. Yeah, we'll see what we're able to do.
This is HSBC Vancouver Sevens. World-class rugby, electrifying atmosphere, pulse-pumping parties. February 23rd to 25th. Tickets on sale now.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Oops, I actually should have checked. I can go back and, I can check this in the very, very beginning. Alright, before we get into the draft, though, we gotta check out the awards. And gotta look at that. New York Rangers winning the cup against us. Hey, at least we made it to the cup. Like, kind of broke the president's curse, but lol, this roster doing it. Draisaitl with the Art Ross. Draisaitl with the Hart as well. Carlson with the Norris. Suzuki with the Lady Bing. Bedard got the Calder. Conn Smythe went to Adam Fox. Vesna to Kemper. William M. Jennings went to Skinner. Masked into Gudis. Jack Adams from Minnesota's coach. O'Reilly got the belt. He expected that. Edwards did Draisaitl.
And Draisaitl cleaned up. Couldn't get the name trophy. I think Chicago Wolves did it. Or they called it up. Alright. Well, that's taken care of. Before I'm just going to get my notes ready here. Where are they? Yeah, I still got a little list. An old list on there. Alright, sorry about that. There we go. Alright, we're ready. Let's get into the draft here. Let me put something under this phone so it doesn't rattle my mic. Am I going to text or as I pick it up and put it down? Plus, user go. Okay, we'll trade for the 9. It's a possibility. Hard to say. Technically, that could get us Winchester. He's a small boy, but it's a goal scorer. Very interesting.
Okay, this has to be a pretty straightforward video, does it not? Today we are talking about the Vancouver Canucks and going over a bunch of updates regarding the trade status of players on the team. Now, last time we had talked about the Canucks and their trade situation, we discussed the idea of them bringing in a defenseman like Chris Tanev. This was literally yesterday, and it was reported by guys like Elliot Friedman that names like Zadorov, Tanev, etc., other defensemen might be on the market from the Calgary Flames, and that teams like the Canucks, the Oilers, and or the Maple Leafs could be interested. We also had some other updates from earlier on in this season saying that for Vancouver, the winger that was mostly going to be rotated around the trade cycle was Connor Garland. This was because his agent got permission to seek out a trade, citing a lack of playing time and a potential lack of opportunity. Connor Garland, as we know, was a 50-point guy with the Canucks the past few years, who have been placed in a more lower position in the lineup. He's not a top 6 forward on this team right now. He is behind Phil DiGiuseppe, Brock Besser, Andrei Kuzmenko, and Ilya Mikheyev in terms of wingers on the team. So we talked about Garland, the teams that were involved, what we were hearing, speculation as to where he could be linked to. Washington, Nashville, these teams came to mind. But the main idea behind these trades was always pretty constant. The Vancouver Canucks, firstly, need to free up some cap space, and secondly, would like to get another defenseman. Connor Garland is making $4.9 million a year till the end of 2026, and if you try to trade for a guy like Tanev, for example, who's making $4.5 till the end of this season, then it would make sense on paper in terms of the money, and it would make sense on paper in terms of the roster. You get a right-handed defenseman upgrade, you trade away a winger, and you give Connor Garland a bigger and better opportunity elsewhere. Well, we had ourselves some updates as to how things have changed. Let's go out there and read what Darren Dreger said yesterday. According to Dreger on the TSN Insider Show, the Canucks are looking for a right-shot defenseman, which is not shocking. Vancouver wants to trade depth on their wing. Also, Dreger says that Connor Garland is less motivated to move now. Now, this is interesting. Firstly, the Vancouver Canucks have played Garland not in the top 6, but he is instead on the third line with guys like Pia Sutar. You've got Dakota Joshua rotating around there, too. Connor Garland has admittedly looked pretty alright. Like, sure, some of the same problems that Garland has with his game, where he just kind of neutralizes the play offensively, doesn't really contribute much. Some of those problems are still there, but as of late I have been impressed with Connor Garland's hustle, with his back check, how he's able to steal the puck quite a bit. He did that a lot in the overtime against the Rangers a few nights ago too. Garland has been a motivated player in Vancouver this year. And it's interesting to me to note that Darren Dreger straight up saying, yeah, he doesn't want to move as much anymore. Like, he is okay now, sticking around here, even if he may not be in the top 6 role. The team is winning, Vancouver's got good vibes. Sure, Connor Garland himself is not really on the biggest role. He's at 3 points in 12 games this season, on pace for 21, which would be a pretty big decline from last year. But if you're playing a part of a winning team, you feel good about it. Even if you're not scoring points, even if you're not contributing, just being a part of a winner feels good. So to hear that Connor Garland is more inclined to stay now, that's interesting, but it also goes out there and spells some other equally interesting updates regarding the Canucks and their winger situation. You see, earlier today, you had yourselves Thomas Trentz tweet out that Teddy Blueger passed a very important test today, said Rick Tocchet. It sounds very much like he'll be an option on this road trip, and is officially now day to day. Yeah, remember Teddy Blueger? The Canucks signed that guy earlier this offseason. He was supposed to be the third-line center of this team, not Pia Sutar. Now, Suter has been great, 3 goals in 3 games the past little while. He's been fantastic, but Teddy Blueger was supposed to be that shutdown two-way guy. It's kind of funny because the Canucks are technically supposed to be getting better with Blueger coming back. And it's not even like they were all too bad anyway. I mean, third in the NHL kind of says it all, right? So with Blueger coming back, there all of a sudden is an extra forward on this team that needs to get replaced. What's going to happen there? Do you take out Hoglander from the lineup? I'd say probably not. Do you take out Joshua, Lafferty? These guys have been effective. Well, Rick Dhaliwal went out there and gave an update on Donnie and Dolly earlier today as to what the Canucks could be doing. And the idea that's tossed around here is that the Canucks may actually be more inclined to move Anthony Beauvillier rather than Connor Garland. Now, Dhaliwal says in the clip here that Garland really has no control over this situation. Sure, he may want to stick around in Vancouver, he may want to stay, that's fine. But at the end of the day, this is up to Vancouver to pull the trigger on whatever move they see necessary. Dhaliwal says that if there's a trade proposal that comes along for Connor Garland that they feel makes sense, they're going to do it. There are defensemen like Tanev, Zadorov that are on the market and that could be targeted by the Vancouver Canucks.
This winter, get the advantage at Big O Tires. Right now, get big advantage rebates at Big O on top brand name winter tires. Let your guys start from Yokohama. Big O and Yokohama give you the advantage wherever the road takes you this winter. Plus, take advantage of a chance to win an all-inclusive vacation for 2 to Cancun, Mexico. To get detailed information, visit www.gobigo.
It's a really dynamic situation with the Vancouver Canucks and whom it is they're talking about on the trade market. Here's a tweet from Grady that kind of sums it all up. it sounds like the Canucks are now looking to move Beauvillier instead of Garland. Tocchet likes Garland's game. With Blueger nearing a return and Hoglander playing solid, there is a logjam up front. And here's the thing about Anthony Beauvillier. We've noticed this about him in the past little while, but he's also in that same dollar amount territory as Connor Garland. Garland's making 4.9, Beauvillier is making 4.1, so $800,000 in savings, but it's not really that big of a deal. Beauvillier also expires at the end of this season, so he's only a one-year rental. But Beauvillier has 5 points in 12 games this season on pace for about 35. He's been a very streaky player throughout the years. Last year, he had 20 points in 33 Canucks games after getting acquired in the Bo Horvat deal. A really good amount. But this season, playing on what is essentially like the fourth line now, there hasn't really been that much production out of him, which is okay. He's still a part of a winning team. But you kind of do acknowledge that there is a streakiness to Beauvillier's game that really comes into play every few weeks or so. He'll get 0 points, and then he'll come out with 2 goals in a game, and then he'll get a bunch of assists in that too, and then he'll go cold again, and he'll not score for a while. Like, this happens for Beauvillier, and his defensive game isn't spectacular enough to justify keeping him in a defensive line position. That upon further evaluation, it's like, okay, you're paying $4.1 million for a really streaky guy in the bottom six that doesn't really produce all too much. He only does so in waves. He's not really as feisty as Connor Garland. He's not really as aggressive as Connor Garland is either. So I can understand if the Vancouver Canucks are leaning their focus more so towards trading Beauvillier, especially if the sentiment now is that Connor Garland is more willing to stick around with this team. If he's more motivated and wants to stick around, then hey, that's fine. Like, there was already good value in Garland anyway the past few years. Now, if he's really wanting to stick around because the team's starting to win, then why not keep him around? The Beauvillier trade, if you trade him away, you're still getting rid of about $4 million in cap space, so that's still a lot of money. That's still a lot of dough to go out there and get a right-handed defenseman in a trade. If it's like Beauvillier for Tanev or something, I would be so ecstatic about that. Like, give me as much of an opportunity to get Chris Tanev back on the Vancouver Canucks as possible, because I want to see that go down. But of course, at the end of the day, that's not really guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed in the trade market nowadays, even if a Connor Garland trade gets made. If the Canucks get proposed whatever for Connor Garland and we see that trade go down, then that's an entire other conversation we're going to have a later date. But either way, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about, firstly, the idea that the Canucks are more so inclined to trading Beauvillier away now instead of Connor Garland? Talk in the comments as well. How do you feel about Connor Garland's attitude towards this entire situation changing ever since the season began? It's not like Garland is producing a hell of a lot of points. It's not like he's being given the best...
Addison is good offensively, he has to struggle defensively. Been in the doghouse with Dean Evason plenty. So Minnesota gets back right winger Adam Raska, as well as the 2026 fifth round pick. So for Minnesota, it was a matter of getting Addison out, and then they trade for Zach Bogosian. They acquired him from the Tampa Bay Lightning in exchange for a 2025 seventh round pick. So they did pretty well picking up Pat Maroon from Tampa, and now they've picked up Zach Bogosian. Defensive defenseman, absolutely, should be one that's a little more reliable and more along the lines of what Dean Edison's looking for in a defenseman. Addison, a bit more of a misadventure, but what Addison will do for San Jose is he gives them something they need. Somebody that can play the point on the power play. So it makes things a little bit better for San Jose, but it also means
finding low-carbon energy in unlikely places, like biogas captured from cow manure, compost, and wastewater to create renewable natural gas.
This video was created by Violent.
While I've gone over what I think are the best legendary weapon effects in Fallout 4, I didn't really talk about what the best legendary armor and apparel effects were. While I think most are sort of, well, especially something like the Exterminator effect to reduce damage from like bugs and violators. I mean, what is that going to be used for? There are several legendary effects that are really good. Some of these effects can stack by combining multiple armor pieces for awesome and somewhat broken results. These are the top 9 best legendary effects for armor and apparel in Fallout 4. Number 9, the Sharp Armor Effect. The Sharp Armor Effect increases your character's intelligence and charisma stats by 1 each. If you have multiple armor or power armor pieces with this effect, you can get the effect to stack up for up to an additional 6 charisma and intelligence points. While the Sharp effect isn't as useful for combat, it could be very useful for passing speech and charisma checks found throughout the game. Sometimes 1 point in charisma can make the difference between success and failure. It should also be mentioned that bonus to intelligence ever so slightly improves the rate at which you gain experience. It's not a whole lot, but it certainly doesn't hurt. The Sharp effect appears on the Destroyer helmet sold by Peggy in Cover. Number 8, the Chameleon Effect. The Chameleon Effect is unique to normal armor pieces and cannot be applied to power armor. The Chameleon Effect does not stack and adds a quasi-stealth boy effect, making the character invisible while sneaking and specifically not moving. This would be great on characters with a high agility stat and that are primarily playing a sneak type character. Since you only need one piece of armor with this ability to get the effect, you can combine it with other legendary effects. Specifically, the chameleon effect would pair well with becoming legendary effect as it boosts both agility, which improves your ability to sneak further. The chameleon effect appears on the Mark II synth chest piece sold by the Institute Requisitions Officer in the Institute. Number 7, the fortifying effect. The fortifying armor effect increases your character's strength and endurance stats by 1. If you have multiple armor or power armor pieces with this effect, you can get the effects to stack for up to an additional 6 strength and endurance points. These boosts of strength will improve melee and unarmed damage and are definitely recommended for melee and unarmed based builds. This is just my opinion though. This improvement to melee and unarmed damage seems kind of marginal to me, but it is nice if you want to squeeze out every bit of damage from your melee weapons. The fortifying effect appears on a couple of unique armor pieces, including the champion left arm, sold by Lucas Miller, and the Black Ops chest piece, sold by Deb in Bunker Hill. Number 6, the low weight effect. This is a legendary effect that is exclusive to power armor and makes power armor pieces weigh much less. And my rough estimate is that it will make any power armor piece weigh like 70 to 80% less. While most sneak-based characters would probably opt to go without power armor and wear lighter armor pieces, the low weight effect would make it easier to sneak.
Don't just talk to your listeners. Spark a dialogue directly on Spotify using Q&As and polls to keep fans engaged episode after episode. Hey, got the ghost today? Yeah, God willing. We're essentially inside a beast right now. 465 people saw a shadow. It's not so good. Oh, no, anyone in this house! Me, Christopher! Where we take your evidence and our tools into the field to expose the supernatural. My partner, a skeptic. Myself, a believer. Both of us, truth seekers. This week our team travels to the countryside of New York State to investigate a unusual instinct. This is absolutely beautiful. Cool, let's go. No. Let's go home. Let's go to home.
Well, we're actually starting outside. There's a bunch of weird stuff that goes on out in these woods.
So we're going to the woods.
Into the woods we do go.
I'm going to go to the woods with your pal. Yeah.
Most some believe that paranormal activity had place in the land since before the hit built on its construction in the 1870s. The public became aware of the land's active phenomena. and daughters Beth, Laura, and Mary moved into the home on July 18, 1970. Over the years, the family encountered disembodied voices, multiple apparitions, possible possessions, and much, much more, forcing them out of the house a mere 4 years later. Clara went on to publish a book about their time in the home. In it, she wrote, "There was nothing in its appearance to warn anyone. How could we have known it formed a door to another world, which enmeshed our family in its frightening coils?" That's Shakespeare right there. I'm going to say that verbatim in every room in the house. I'm now enmeshed in your frightening coils.
Sounds pretty nice.
You're
Like a nice little hug.
It fell into disrepair until it was bought by Daniel Clarence, who opened the house up to investigations in hopes of finding an answer to what haunts this home. And if anybody can find those answers, he does. The world's undisputed greatest ghost hunter ever in all of history. According to some. Sitting in the middle of nowhere, the entire home is packed into 1,100 square feet, each of which bristles with activity. We'll begin our investigation outside by the woods, which are said to be home to tortured spirits. Then, we'll move into the first floor of the home, containing the son's bedroom, kitchen, and a living room. Heading upstairs, we find the parents' and daughter's rooms, where they reportedly spent countless nights tormented by ghosts that refused to give them rest. And afterwards, we'll descend into the root cellar, which is rumored to be the site of a horrific crime. We've placed cameras and audio recorders into the most active rooms in the house in hopes that we capture evidence throughout the night. First, in Mary's room, reportedly the epicenter of activity, where objects have been seen moving on their own. The other location will be the living room, which is said to be the most active room in the house, despite attempts to cleanse it of spirits. To end the investigation, King and I will each be forced to explore the entire building one at a time, because the power of Christ compels us to do incredibly dangerous and dumb shit. Are you excited to see it?
Oh, you know me? I want to believe. I really want to believe.
You're about to beat the shit out of the demon. Got two
Sure, I'll do that too.
You always kiss your hands before you punch someone. It
I
feels
kiss my
like
hands a lot. It's more than, when I'm doing dishes or
yeah.
It was. I always recommend Sensodyne. It works.
We're starting our investigation outside in the woods, where a whole smorgasbord of unexplained spooks are said to reside. From reports of phantom drumming, disembodied Gregorian chants, inexplicable light, disembodied eyeballs, and even gnome-like cryptids. This place has it all.
It probably has that kind.
Yeah.
You got drums, you got dancing.
Yeah. And then just the eyeballs like rolling, like show going off late. Yeah. You do that like fucking the Tracer. Meanwhile, the gnomes, they're like,
Yeah, I forgot about the little gnome.
daughter Mary, along with a friend, saw a lady in white dancing by the pond. Mary said, quote, her eyes were bugging out of her head. It is that cartoon. Gnome is in the back like, yeah, Mary, yeah! Her eyes were bugging out of her head, end quote. And that the woman had probably changed herself. God damn.
I mean, or she's just,
I've seen crazy people that they're not crazy because people have it too good of a time. Rumors still persist to this day of a hanging tree on the property named the Tree of Despair. Despite that terrifying name, the home seems to be surrounded by some faithful poltergeists that arrange a party as shown in the multiple pieces of evidence taken from inside the home. Well, on that note, let's take a look at this evidence.
oh, what do we got?
Okay, so this photo, originally taken by Jeff Kent, was sent to us by Billy Elizabeth.
Yep. Clearly a face.
Looks almost alien-like, almost kind of like Hopper for Bug's Life.
I was gonna say, it looks like a big grasshopper.
That sounds like the scariest cryptid of all time.
Big grasshopper?
A giant grasshopper?
Well, a giant grasshopper is the size.
It is that little person. Maybe
ready, so.
Alright, let's start out in these woods. There are some pieces of evidence that we have to recreate. Oh, good. From Daniel Class.
Yeah.
He took a photo from right here. Remember, he caught the shadowy kind of figure.
Didn't need to begin it.
Maybe stand right there by the door handle. What's that?
Okay. Is that good?
Yeah, no, it's good.
Got it?
It's pretty good, actually. Like, it's a pretty solid recreation photo.
We could probably turn this into a pretty nice Airbnb or something. That's pretty pending off there.
Yeah, I think you can say that.
Are these proctors going to compromise the integrity of your EVP results?
No, I don't think I'm going to mistake the sounds of frogs for a ghost. I do appreciate you taking the investigation seriously. That's really good.
Yeah.
Looks like this is an old house. We have another photo to recreate.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, this was
There was a lot better on the little face right inside the curtain there.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go for it.
Hey! We're taking photos of you! Show us your faces!
And now we're going to go out to the woods. Now, if you recall, we had some drumming out here. We had some unexplained light, floating eyeballs.
Oh, this is the party, though.
That's right. Remember, we also had little gnome-like cryptids.
We should have brought some glow sticks for this shit.
Well, here we are out in the woods, as normal, sane people do.
Yeah, they do. It's the woods.
At night.
Well, that's a little...
I heard something rustling around in the bushes over there.
Can we go back to me?
No, we shouldn't. We're ghost hunters, not people or animal hunters.